Hi, it's Olivia, and today I'll be doing a discussion on how I rate my books and the kind of almost difficulties that I find within doing so. The other day I was looking on Goodreads, and for once I noticed the rating, your average rating underneath your profile, and my average rating is a 4.26. And that just, that seems so high. It just made me question how I'm rating my books, because in my mind, every book I've read has not been a 4 or 5 star, yet that's what my rating lately has shown. I want to first mention how Goodreads uses the 5-star system, and I have never really cared for that system. I know that's how a lot of books are rated, out of 5 stars. I much prefer the 10-star reviews, because a 9-star is to me the equivalent of like a 4.5 star. It just seems like it gives you more space to separate everything that you're rating. So like, out of 5 books that I rated on Goodreads 4 stars, some of those within that are much better than the other ones. And I don't think that the 5-star system helps separate that. Like, if I used a 10-star system, of those like 5 books, some would be like an 8-star and a 7-star, maybe a 6-star. I feel like it's really easy to separate them. I don't know if that made sense. This is going to be very blabbery, I already know it. Also, looking at that 4.26 average makes me question whether or not I'm rating books too high. And the first thing that really got me into like addictive reading was The Hunger Games, and so I was kind of in this young adult world for quite a few years, and I think there's a very big difference of me reading then versus me reading now. Because when I was reading them in middle school and in high school, I didn't really, there's things that I know would bother me now, or like I would question, that I didn't question at all when I was reading them the first time. Like with Divergent, I question, so now when I think about it, I haven't reread Divergent yet, but I think about, I'm like, that was a weird world. Like, the world wasn't really set up in the first book, and I didn't question that, and I didn't care about that at all. I just wanted to know what's gonna happen, what are Tris and Four gonna get together. Like, I didn't question the world at all in Divergent when I first read it in middle school, but I know that if I read it now, that would be something that would take away from a 5-star review, like absolutely take away from a high rating. It's just things that when I first read them, which is why I want to make another video on rereading books, because I'm kind of scared to reread those books that I gave 5 stars, knowing that there are things that are just going to nag at me right now. Also brings up, like, am I rating for how well written the book was, or how much I enjoyed the book? Because I think especially in those years, I rated solely on enjoyment, on how much fun I had, how much I fangirled over those books. I rated those just like that. But maybe if I rated them looking at it more critically, I would have given it a separate rating. I don't want to change those reviews because I feel kind of like I'm cheating myself. I don't feel like that's right. I feel like if that's the rating I gave in that moment, then that must have been my most honest rating, and I don't want to adjust that. I kind of wish there was 2 options. There's a rating for when you first read the book and a rating for when you read it again. Another reason why I think I have such high ratings is because I don't tend to finish books that I don't like. I don't tend to pick up books that I don't think I'm gonna like, and I kind of do a lot of, or I used to do a lot of research into whether or not I would pick up a book, because I wanted to know for sure that I would like it. With research, like looking into reviews and stuff like that, I don't really pick up books that I don't like that much. And so most of the books that I read I enjoy, and so that's another reason why I have such a high rating. Back to what I was saying earlier about wondering if I'm rating too high. Some examples are, I wonder if I rated Throne of Glass too high, but actually I think I adjusted that review because I did kind of reread it a little bit, and there's some things that I didn't care for. But the more I think about certain books, the more I'm like, that wasn't all that great, and I wonder if I rated it too high. I wonder if I rated Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur too high, because that was the first collection of poems I had read in a very long time, and I'm wondering if it's just because it was like that first set of poems that it was like, wow. But I've since decided on that one that it's just an excellent collection of poems. There's no issue there. It's pick it up. There's just certain things that make it kind of difficult or put you in an awkward position to rate things. Like, how do you rate children's books reading it as an adult? How do you rate books that you didn't finish? Do you even, I personally don't like to rate books if I haven't finished it. I don't think that that's fair. I know this is all over the place. I don't really I'm just having a bunch of random train of thoughts. I used to be really influenced by other people's reviews on Goodreads. Did anyone else do that? Or like I would be about to rate a book, like I finish a book, I'm about to rate it and write a review, and then I start to scroll down and look at other people's reviews. And sometimes if more people had like negative reviews, I'll start to question how good the book actually was, and my review, my rating might go lower because of the other reviews that I saw. Or sometimes it might go higher and I might think, oh, maybe this book was really good. Also, I think my rating depends on what time I rate it at. If I rate a book immediately after finishing it and it had the most dramatic cliffhanger, I'm just going to be freaking out in my review and be like, oh my gosh, and then like a day later I'll calm down and think about it more and I'll think, there are some things I didn't like, and my rating might be different. Those are just some of my thoughts on rating books. What do you think on anything I said? Or if you have something else you want to say about rating books, please let me know in the comments. I love chatting with people in the comments. And I've seen plenty of other people make really great discussions on videos about like if you should read critically. I'll link Cam's video on that in the description. I know that there's some other videos that I've seen that touch on topics related to this that I really like, so I'll leave them in the description below. And I think that's all I have to say today, and I will see you in another video. Bye!